Okay, this video is my first, and it's in response to the LadyGrave Dancer's paranormal videos. Back in 1992, my husband and I moved into this old farmhouse. And I had seen shadows and stuff before, but never up front, in your face, and personable. And I was in the house doing my biz, cleaning the house, cleaning the kitchen, and I started smelling all these scents around me. And it was an old perfume scent, and I didn't know where it was coming from. Well, then things started to get moved around the house, like the salt and pepper shaker would move from one side of the napkin holder to the next, and I thought, okay, you're just going crazy. Well, then one night I'm laying in bed and I'm sound asleep, and I feel something sit on the bed, and I thought it was the dog crawling onto the bed. And when I woke up, there's this lady with long, beautiful brown hair in an old peasant white shirt and an apron and a black skirt sitting on the bed, and she's talking and I can't hear her. She freaked me out so bad that I jumped up onto my pillow and crawled up there like a little kid. Woke my husband up and he's telling me, "Oh, you are crazy, go back to bed." Well, then I laid there for a while. I went back to sleep. Our farmhouse was so old that there was only one bathroom downstairs. On my way to the bathroom, several times I ran into something cold, smack. Or I ran into something solid, and when I looked up from looking down to make sure I'm not tripping over a dog, there she was, talking, and I don't know what she was saying. Then, later on, I was laying on the couch and I had fallen asleep reading my book. And she violently took my shoulders and shook the crap out of me. Still talking a mile a minute. I don't understand her. I don't even hear a word she's saying. Now, in the last 6 months or so, she has started to show up in my dreams. And I don't know that if I'm getting cross signals from her or if she really needs something, but I don't know. But I'm trying to figure it out the best that I can. Now, we do have a house ghost, or a family ghost as we call him, and his name is Louis. We have EVPs from him that we have taken, and he has followed my sister-in-law since she was a child. And even her aunt, Amadisa, in Iceland, has seen him around Margaret. On a Skype one time, she's sitting there, everybody's Skyping with her, and behind her, you see this black shadow move towards the refrigerator, and the refrigerator door opens. Now, my brother's here in America, and she's in Iceland, and he starts screaming at her that she's got a man in the house. There's no man in the house. We believe that that was Louis. We see him here at the house. We see him in the hallways. He opens doors. He closes doors. He does all kinds of crazy mess. And he does answer yes and no sometimes to the EVP. I have not tried the pendulum with him. I have not tried a Ouija board with him because we seem to be getting really good responses from the EVP sessions that we do. Now, my property I live on now has got a very old history. And since we've moved here, I see spirits here on the property. And a friend of mine and I believe that they come here as a healing transition type place because they're here. They're very disturbed, and you can see they're disturbed. And within a matter of days or weeks, you can see or feel the energy change in our barn. And the horses don't seem bothered by them anymore once that change takes place. And then all of a sudden they're gone. They leave. We never see them again. So I think that it's a healing place. And I think that the ground here is very grounded and solid because we've had horses come here that are abused. were horrible to their old parents or old owners. So bad that they would rear constantly when you put them out the gate, or rear at them, or walk on them, or go to bite them. And they get here, and people come see the horses, several months later, and they're like, that's not the same horse. And I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, no, that's not the same horse. And they would tell me these horrible stories about what these horses did in the past. And we have never, ever experience any of that with these horses. So I feel that our ground here is very holy, and I guess I could say healing for them. And it's kind of been healing for me too, because I have been practicing since I was a teenager, and I'm in my late 40s now, and I have come full circle on this property in the last 15 years, and I've studied more, learned more, and even with the paranormal being mixed into my craft, it all just seems to fit so naturally. And here on the property, my sister-in-law has even started to open up and express some of her desires to learn more and to be more and to do more for Mother Nature and the world. So I hope this is what you wanted, Tequila. Love your videos, and thank you so much for being the person that you are. Blessed be everyone. Good night.